Hi, I'm Joey Arnold, and this is American English, and we're going to talk about how to give your opinion on persuade others. And we all want to persuade people. If we are speakers, if we are politicians, if we are actors and writers and directors, a lot of people want to persuade. We want people to see things our way, the way that we see the world. We want to convince people that there might be a better way of doing something or something else. So, what do you got to do? Well, you came to the right spot. I'm here to tell you what to do. Number one, get a better marker. No, see. Okay. Number one, tell them why. Tell them why something is important. For example, get a better marker because you can make your marks so much more beautiful. You can make it so much more beautiful, and then people will fall in love with the beautiful art that you make on the board. The beautiful art, the beautiful love that we make together. Me and you, baby. You are my girlfriend. And then we make out, and my lips become red. And people think that I have a real girlfriend. But no, Joey Arnold does not have a real boyfriend or girlfriend. Joey Arnold has this object that he made out with. Oh my God, really? But it's okay because we can make beautiful art on the board and it can be so much better. Number two, show them how it is better and how it's important. This is, I don't know, art. And art is important and it can tell a story. And you can see the story and you can follow the story. This marker is better than the other marker because it looks nicer, it's more beautiful. Number three, try to be more honest. Try to be as honest as possible. When you are honest, people can relate to you better. And they can see that you are telling people what is up, what is happening in the neighborhood. And then they are more likely to listen to you. That's number one. You really want them to listen to your opinion. And as they listen to your opinion, they start to get persuaded towards your direction. And they start to move towards your direction. And you really want them to go your direction. You want them to dance to your jingle, your song, your music, your jive. You want them to step your way, go your direction, and once they do, you know that you have them from cradle to grave. You have them forever and ever and ever, and you never want to grow up because you just want to be a Toys R Us kid. At a toy store. You want to go, you want to jump, you want to believe once you see it. Because they say seeing is believing. And they also say if you build it, they will come. And as a speaker, as a presenter, you really gotta be honest and tell people what is happening. For example, I can tell people, I'm making a toy store. You gotta come because it's so big and it's so great and I like it. I'm just trying to be honest. I like the store. I like the toys and my kids like it too. So come on down to where the price is right. Number four, be more direct Don't beat around the bush. Don't be so indirect. Try to be as direct as possible with what you want to say. Just tell them. Try to be honest. When you are, number 3, honest, you will also be, number 4, more direct. And more direct is something that people want more in life, and so often people are not really willing to be so direct. You really just got to be more direct, because people want to know the information so that they can make a more calculated decision in their lives when they want to think about if they want to listen to you and do whatever you want them to do. They really want the information. Number 5, be more patient. So you're trying to persuade people, but remember that Rome was not built in a day. They say that because certain things cannot automatically be built overnight. You don't become a superstar overnight. You really gotta take your time. You really gotta be patient. So wait. You wait for yourself. Your parents waited about 20 years or so for you to go to college, and then after that, hopefully you start some kind of career. Your parents invest so many years of their lives into you because they believe in you. At least most parents, or some parents, they try to do that. And if you had some really good parents, you understand it took them a lot of time to cultivate you into becoming an adult. If you are an adult, and if you're not, then just hold on, because someday you'll hopefully get there. But it takes a lot of time as a parent or as a teacher to really take care of people and to help them grow up. And you really got to be patient and wait for that process to happen, and try not to rush things and go with the flow. And number 6, be more credible. Try to be more authentic. Try to get some quotes in when you're presenting. Try to tell people exactly what you need to say, exactly what you want to say, and try to get some people to back you up. You want people to back you up. You want people to say what you're saying, but then you say that they said it. Then the people are more likely to believe in what you're saying. For example, Michael Jordan, he says that it's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but more about the size of the fight in the dog. That's what Michael Jordan says. He is the best basketball player in the world, and that's what he says. And fighting is very important. You stand up for what is right, and you become passionate, and you try your best to persuade people, but it takes a lot of persuasion, a lot of courage. You got to keep on going. You got to keep on trying, and don't worry too much. Don't cry too much, thinking that you can't do it because you're too small of a dog. Don't think, oh, I'm just a little puppy and I can't get there. You got to be like the little engine that could keep going, keep trying, because it's not about the size of your heart or the size of your body. It's not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. And that's true. So don't give up. Number 7, emotionally show them that what you're saying is true. What you're saying is true, and it's true. It's true, and so don't deny it. Don't say to yourself that it's not true, because it's true. It's true. And so show your emotions. And it's kind of hard to really explain it. Scientifically speaking, it's kind of hard to explain it. I could try to maybe draw some pictures of the brain and try to talk about the different parts of the brain and the chemicals and the hormones and the different things that might affect your body and make you do things as if you're just a robot. But that's not always going to persuade you. And now you really need emotion to persuade you, as long as it's not too much emotion. Because if it's too much emotion, then you may sound like a stalker. And you don't want to sound like a crazy stalker, because then other people will go after you and try to beat you up. And number 8, use statistics to persuade them as well. Because first, you can try to get to their heart, and that is very important. And emotionally and spiritually, you go to their heart with all that you got, and you tell them with all of the passion and all of the guts inside of you, and you tell them it's important, and they may follow you, and some of them may not. And for them, you try to use your brain and try to tell them the facts like, hey, you know that 9 out of 10 people will smile more, and when they do smile, they will become more successful in their careers because they smile more. And so then you have some presentations, some PowerPoints, you have some statistics, and you say some facts, and you say things like that. You say, 9 out of 10 people who smile more are more, they're more successful. And you start to talk faster, and you talk about these different things, and then the brain people, the nerds and stuff, they might start to follow you too. A lot of times it takes a combination of all these different things to really persuade people, to convince them. And so they need to listen to you, listen to your heart, your passion, and they have to listen to your brain, your argument, your statistics, and all these different things. And they're going to think about it. They're going to wrestle with it. Ultimately speaking, you can't make people do anything, and it's their decision. But you could definitely try your best. Number 9, generate the need. And so you really got to let them know that there is a problem. You tell them something like that maybe they really need water. You talk about dirty water, and you say, oh man, the water is dirty, and if the water is dirty, your life will be dirty, because you know that our bodies are 80% water. And so if you have a little bit of dirt inside the water, then it's going to make your whole life feel dirty and yucky and ooey. And you don't want a life like that, because it can go into your brain, because your brain is almost 93% water, and that will affect the way you think if you have dirty water. So buy our water now, and you'll have a more pure way of thinking. That's the need. I talk about the problem, then I talk about the solution. That's persuasion. That is persuasion. And number 10, create scarcity. Scarcity, that means make it so that there's not a lot of it. And so then they feel like they really have to come and buy the water. You tell them, we only got 10 bottles of water left. So for the rest of you, you're going to be without water, and you're going to feel more dirty because you're going to have to drink the other water. But if you come now, you'll be one of the lucky 10 people to get some very clean Joey Arnold water. So come on down while supplies last. Thank you.